I wish I hadn't had those 10 whiskies now. Thank you very much for the invitation. I do talk a lot about whiskey, but I don't talk a whole lot about anything else. And as Tim said, some people think it's a wee bit hard being a man these days. I think it can be a wee bit hard being a human being, never mind a man, but anyway. So I wasn't sure what was required tonight in the way of a talk, or was it going to be about myself, which would be pretty boring and all the rest of it. So I just took a couple of words that I thought might sort of work. You have to tell me if they do. Expectations and aspirations. So I have a very simple background. I was born in a croft in Scotland. When I reached 15 years of age, the rector or the headmaster of my school invited me to his office, and he said, was I enjoying school? And my reply was a very firm no, most definitely wasn't. He said, well, that's good because school's not really enjoying you. So he agreed, or we agreed, that we could call it quits that day, and that was a tremendous boon to me, I can tell you. So I got a job straight away on a fishing boat in the North Sea, and there were no expectations. The money was good, the work was hard, but, well, that's easy. And so everything went well, no problems. I was having a good time, working a wee bit hard. I got home one day and my mother said to me, she said, well, I suppose you want to be getting a career. And I thought, fishing's not a career, sort of thing. So, and she thought I might make a good doctor or a minister of religion, despite the fact I had absolutely no qualifications whatsoever. She had great confidence, and so did my father. And I think that was the first time I realised that people had expectations of you. Up until then, I had not been aware of that. I think when you're growing up to that age, it's not really about that. And some would say that expectations that I've had in my life have been unrealistic, and I'd have to agree with them. I've tried a lot of different things and failed at a lot. But I could turn it around and say that maybe there were aspirations, and I think that's a bit better. You might have heard somebody say, he has not lived up to his expectations. And I think that's quite a common thing folk think if they don't say it. I find that quite strange myself. Other people, putting their expectations upon yourself. In fact, I was a bit worried tonight here because I read it said that they'd asked 6 diverse men to speak tonight. And I thought to myself, wow, how the hell did I get into this? And it's not something I expected or aspired to be up here in front of you. But anyway, I'm here. So then life goes on, doesn't it? And you start to employ a few people, and there's expectations of you, and that's a bit of a shock. And all of a sudden you're growing up, and you're a parent, and that's even more of a shock. And I think all those things come together, don't they? And there's a bit of stress on men, and there always has been, and I think there are more so on modern men for various reasons. And I've always found a wee bit of strain and stress there, but also quite a lot of wonderment. I often think to myself, I wonder how that happened. I really do. I just go through life constantly thinking, how the hell did that happen? I've been self-employed since 1983, so I've been employing people since 1984. And it's a responsibility. And I thought to myself, that wasn't an expectation I had. Certainly wasn't something I aspired to, but it happened. The children came along, next thing they're teenagers, and you've barely grown up yourself, You're still learning, and you think, well, how did that happen? And, the other thing is nobody trains you for it, do they, Blue? All of a sudden, you get teenagers, and you thanks very much. So when I started Whisky Galore, I had no aspirations other than to sell a few whiskies and make a wee bit of money. That didn't work out. So I had to get rid of my negative thinking accountant, bank, solicitor, advisors, a few friends, but then I got a new bank, a new accountant, new advisors, and a lot of new friends. So many years later, I've struggled with my expectations, meeting my aspirations. and I've found 3 things that help. The first thing is the word no, being able to say it. Being fair, and that is it fair to someone else, is it fair to you? And does it matter? It's amazing the amount of times it doesn't matter. And then the last thing I wanted to say tonight was that they are very, very important aspirations. You've got to have goals and all the rest of it. And